Hey guys, Trevor Holt here. Today's Sunday, the 19th of November, getting close to Christmas. I just thought I'd touch base, trying to make a habit of maybe doing a weekly review or weekly thoughts on my walks on a Sunday. Sunday's the best time to chill out and have these conversations. Start of another week. So, been looking at some content on my podcast that I'm doing. For those who don't know, it's a Who Are We podcast, where I just interview people and just ask them who are we, who they are, and what they stand for. Just doing a bit of identity check. Some people, I feel, with domestic violence, youth crime and suicide get lost in their identity and don't know who they are, and sometimes can lose meaning and purpose in their life. And just an attempt of mine just to make a difference and try and help out where I can. There's been some very insightful things the guests have presented on the podcast, and there's a lot of benefit in checking out some of that content if you're interested. But some of the content is based around superpowers, I suppose. Some people are talking about curiosity being a superpower, kindness is a superpower, and people are talking about how they harness the superpower to make better outcomes for other people, which is really good. I really like curiosity, kindness. There was the other one, vulnerability was a good one. Being vulnerable was identified as a superpower by several people. Mind's eye was the mind's eye and the inner ear. Psychic ability and looking after yourself and touching base with nature. That was pretty cool. So I generally release these podcast episodes on Monday morning at 10 o'clock. This week's a very insightful one, and got me thinking about positivity as a superpower, being positive and a positive mindset. Regardless what's going on in your life, making the choice to be happy. I know it could be hard when you're extreme trauma or you're in extreme circumstances, but we only get one life, and being happy is a choice that we can make each and every minute of each and every day. And staying positive and the power that can have on outcomes in our lives. So it's not just, in my belief anyway, being positive, naively positive all the time about great outcomes. It's also about being realistic as well, but presenting positivity. I feel, especially in this world of social media, it's so easy to get drawn into the spiral of negativity, criticism, and attacks on social issues that you don't agree with, or things that you're passionate about, and presenting negative light. I'm always one, and something that I'm learning and working towards, because I've been sucked into that hole and into that vortex as well. And you're very passionate about something, and something someone says might really upset you, and you feel the need to respond or whatever. That happens all the time. But getting involved in negativity, I don't believe has ever created a good outcome for anyone. So reflecting on a lot of things that's happened in my past, I feel the best outcomes comes from positive engagement. So and when I say that, I say that in everything in life. So positive engagement instead of a negative engagement is something that I'm thinking heavily relates to this week's podcast. So I just want to try and think of a nice, simple example. You know, I believe, you know, climate change is quite a divisive topic and something that I follow fairly closely in regards to alternate energies and power supplies. Obviously, the global warming or increasing temperatures is a big driving factor of this, and there's a lot of debate about all this sort of stuff, especially in Australia, where we're only contributing, you know, point something percent of the world's carbon because of our such a small population, and compared to China and America and India, we don't really consume too much at all in comparison. But regardless, we're trying to make an effort to move forward. But in regards to positive and negative interactions in this, providing solutions or positive programs as opposed to attacking, say, the oil companies or something. So I always feel it's better to promote your cause with positive interaction. So to me, gluing yourself to a road in protest is a negative response to getting your message out there. Providing a cost-effective, fit-for-purpose, easily implemented solution would be much more beneficial than gluing yourself to the road, holding up everyone, upsetting people and making them late or whatever for work, and getting on the news in a negative way. So, you know, that's one example. I prefer to see positive posts about alternative energies and positive feedback on projects that are happening or what's going on, you know, with the, you know, nitrogen or even the wind farms or the solar panels or whatever. But, you know, positive rather than attacking the oil companies and saying we have to change, you know, come up with solutions. You know, that's just something that I personally believe in. And that was just an example, and it's something that I see generally is discussed on the professional platforms. So being positive, having a positive contribution to social, a positive contribution to social problems that we face as, you know, as a society. They're the three main ones that I'm looking at, and there's probably heaps more, is domestic violence, youth crime and suicide are three social issues that I'm looking at trying to create better outcomes for. And I often see in the domestic violence space a lot of negative things about it. And I feel the negative ones, especially, you know, men bashing or all men are this and hashtag not me too. If anyone uses that, then you're an enabler, and you know, disregarding the stats involving, you know, men in domestic violence situations themselves, and targeting negative things, I feel is just creating friction and divide. So focusing on, you know, what positive things are happening in that space and positive things people are doing in that space, I suppose is probably a little bit more beneficial in creating positive emotions in people, because it's so much negativity at the moment. You know, we've got wars in Ukraine, we've got wars in the Middle East, you know, people getting bombed and all the rest of it, and that's terrible. I think 10 people on average per day die by suicide in Australia alone. I don't know the statistics, you know, heaps of, I think it's 2 women a week are dying by their intimate partners, and that's been going on for a long time as well. And it's, you know, that's all negative. But focusing on positive programs to prevent suicide, conversations around different conversations we can have to people about suicide, talking about ways to reduce domestic violence and to assist women in need. Homelessness is a big issue as well. So programs, positive things, I feel, is what society needs at the moment, because sometimes so much negativity can be a drain on people and their emotional health, and then they just turn off to it and just ignore it. So if you keep plugging negative things all the time, and people are just going to become immune to it, you know, and just ignore it. So positive mindset for positive outcomes, posting positive things, I feel, will create positive outcomes in everyone's lives. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. See ya. Bye.